Hey guys, Max Tornado here. We are going to be recording a brand new account. I'm hoping that we will level this account up and eventually give it away to you guys, whoever would like it eventually. I'm not sure if we're going to do that once I hit 250 subscribers on YouTube or exactly when I'll do that, but either way, subscribe so that way if you're interested in obtaining an account that I am going to be working on, definitely you will be in the mix for it. So this is literally the second after we completed the tutorial, and so I kind of wanted to give you guys a glimpse of what are the main things I think a brand new player entering this game should focus on and how they should progress their account to kind of be most efficient and also have potentially the most fun, right? Because that's what we want to do. We want to make sure we're having fun and we're not just only focused on efficiency, but that is a major factor with this game. So we're starting the game during the Ultimate Death Knight release, and if you're starting the game after October 27th, you won't be able to receive this for free, but you'll still be able to potentially pull him from a shard. So we're going to be using Ultimate Death Knight. The rules for this account are pretty simple. We'll use whatever we can get. We'll primarily focus on our starter champion, and we chose Elhain for this video. Typically, everyone's going to choose Kale because he's really strong for clan boss, but I wanted to give a different perspective of choosing someone other than Kale. So right off the bat, we're going to be getting this lifesteal gear. Everyone gets the same main stat from these gear pieces. The variation is going to be with substats. So we'll go ahead and claim this first piece. And you can see here that I did a referral account. So that way one of my friends is going to be able to go ahead and level up their account referrals and get Jamarsa eventually. We'll go ahead and claim these free rewards, and we'll go ahead and do this, do the trust. If you're a brand new player, you probably won't have those little bits of rewards, but that's okay. Let's see. So from here, we're going to go ahead and claim our first daily login reward. Get us some silver. Now, as a brand new player, I typically would tell players to focus on the missions. The missions and the quests are going to kind of be like your compass in this game. Every day you'll get quests. You want to knock these quests out because you get some free gems. You'll also get energy refills and things like that from the quests. So let's see. Because we did this in the tutorial, this is already complete. We also summoned one champion. I think it was a sniper in the tutorial. So, and when I say we are going to strictly adhere to the missions, we are going to strictly adhere to the missions. This account 100% will focus on doing what the missions tell us to do. And the reason for that is because once you complete the missions, you're going to receive an amazing reward, which is Arbiter. The quicker we can get to Arbiter, the quicker we can really start to progress our High Elves faction wars, our arena team, and also can help us push through some really difficult dungeons, things like that. So again, we want to kind of make sure we're reading these little introduction things because the game does a decent job of telling us what to do early game. So progress missions specifically designed to help you progress efficiently and quickly, right? So we want to do that. Clear stage 7 of Karok Castle. So that's going to be our first goal. Now, in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our Elhain, right? The tutorial told us to equip this life set gear. Now, Elhain definitely needs HP. Everyone in the game needs HP. You don't want them to fall over with a strong wind. But we want her to be geared with stats that increase her attack, right? All of her abilities do damage based on attack. All three of them, right? And so that's what we want to do. We want to prioritize her attack. So we're going to actually go ahead and remove these pieces. Now, we don't really care about these 1-star pieces of gear, so we're going to go ahead and just destroy those. We could care less about them, okay? And we are going to equip the speed boots because speed is amazing in raid. We want these to be level 4, so we'll go ahead and take them up to level 4. Okay, and we got, let's see what they gave us. Defense percent. We don't really like defense percent on a Elhain, and HP boots. So we're going to leave those. We might end up equipping them on someone eventually, but not right now. Everyone gets these rewards just for having the game fully downloaded and installed. So we'll go ahead and claim those. And we will take a look, connect to, so when I clicked on quest, it went ahead and took me to these achievements, which is available for all new players. So we'll take a look at these. Connect account to player MID. I've done that. Enable notifications. That's done. See, we're already starting to level up our account. Change username. We'll go ahead and do that. So let's change our username to UDK for Ultimate Death Knight, Maxtar, NATO, and confirm. Okay, cool. So we've done that. And we'll go back into quests, change username, change avatar. We can click on the go function here. It'll take us, and let's change our avatar really quick. Now we chose Elhain, so let's choose Elhain as our avatar. And you can click on this little banner that presents up here on the top left, and it'll be a quicker way for you to get back to what you just completed, so you can claim your reward. Leveling up our account again. Lock a champion, unlock a champion. Now you want to lock champions so that way you don't feed them, right? This game involves feeding champions into other champions to level them up and rank them up. So we are going to go ahead and take a look at our sniper. Both of these champions are already locked. So in order to complete this quest, we are going to unlock Elhain, and then we're going to lock her back. And then we'll click on this banner and claim our rewards. And just like that, we've claimed all the achievements, so that's awesome. Again, we will complete these quests before reset. We have 6 hours, so that's going to be a focus of ours. But for right now, we're going to take a look at clear stage 7 of Karak Castle, because again, we want to focus on missions. So here we go. The tutorial had us complete stage 1 and 2, and we're going to go ahead and just knock these out all the way up to stage 7. When we complete stage 7, we're going to go ahead and receive this free Warpriest, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the game after I start this battle, and then we'll come back once I'm about to clear stage 7 for the mission. The last thing I'll note before I hit the pause button is a lot of times players will kind of not realize the benefit of putting someone who has an aura in the leader position. Elhain has an aura, right? We can see this little star banner up on the top right that has a HP aura. So it even says aura skill increases all ally HP by 15%. So we want to make sure we have someone with the aura in the lead if possible. Okay, I'll see y'all in just a minute. Okay guys, we are back, and I just defeated the stage 7 of Karak Castle. Now, a lot of people skip straight through these little dialogue scenes, you know. Raid is one of the mobile games that actually has some voice acting, and I think I don't know, I think it's decent, right? It's not the best ever, obviously, but for a mobile game, it is what it is. So I think at least once in your life, you should spend the whole 30 seconds of this voice dialogue and listen to it. But that's just my opinion. If you want to skip it, obviously, you can do whatever you want. So, whenever we click through this dialogue scene, we are going to actually receive Warpriest, and we're going to receive a full set, like we are now, of attack gear, right? So, Warpriest is an awesome, awesome support champ. You know, a lot of people kind of throw shade at Warpriest, but for having her this early in the game, I mean, you can't ask for a whole lot more. At level 3 Ascension, her heal will actually splash heal everyone in the party, which is super helpful. She has a low chance of landing a freeze, but again, you know, early game, that's super helpful. Now, the most beneficial thing about Warpriest's early game is she gives an increased attack buff. So if you can make your Warpriest faster than your starter champion, so faster than Aethel, faster than Elhain, this will be a really, really powerful increase in the damage that those nukers will do, right? So we kind of will eventually aim to have that happen. So that's going to be our plan. And this attack gear that we have all gotten is going to be going on our Elhain, which will eventually be replaced by the login gear. But for right now, we'll go ahead and return to Bastion because we've completed our mission. Okay, so you can see here, campaign mission complete. We will go ahead and complete this. My kids are coming in, so forgive me if it gets a little bit loud in here, but we're going to push through. So we have cleared stage 7 of Karak Castle. Now you can see we just received an XP bonus. When we go back to the Bastion, we can see that we currently have an XP bonus active, and if we click on it, it'll tell us it's 24 hours, right? So this is a really, really nice bonus to the amount of XP that we gain for our characters. And we typically, whenever we're farming a campaign for like leveling up champions, we want to have this active. And I'll show you guys some different ways of making sure that you have this active later on. Or just real quick, just so you know, in case some players are curious, you can go to the gem shop here and you can purchase XP boosts. So if you're a little bit later on in the game and you want to make sure you have XP bonuses active, you can get them from here. And so that's always nice. We go in, we get our free pack. We'll go ahead and claim that. Okay. And there are some different promo codes active currently in the game. There's Power Starter. I believe Power Starter is active. So we can go ahead and utilize a promo code to get a free champion. And we'll do that, right? So I'll have a link to hellhades.com, and hellhades.com always has the active promo codes listed. And I'll even kind of in the description, I'll show you how to go about doing that. So we found this by going here on the left, then clicking on promo codes, and we're going to type in Power Starter. And it should give us a Talia. Yep. So Talia is a great champion. She does an AoE attack, area of effect attack, or attack all enemies. And we also got some energy and some multi-battles. So we'll go ahead and claim our silver. We'll claim our little rewards from earlier in the day. What we will not claim, though, is the XP potions here, or the energy potions. We don't want to use these energy refills because currently we would only receive 36. If you notice on the top of the screen, we would only receive 36 per refill here. What we're going to do is wait until we're around level 30, where we're going to wait until the last possible chance to claim this. So we have 6 full days. We'll level up our account. Currently we're only level 7. We'll level up our account as high as we can before we need to claim those, because every time we level up our account, our energy refill is going to go up and up and up, right? So we want to make sure that that's giving us, 90 energy instead of 30. So we'll just try to be efficient with that. As far as our gems go, we're going to be saving our gems to do masteries for our first starter champion. That is really, really impactful. Once you have masteries on your first starter champion like Elhain or Kale, you will start to notice massive differences in the amount of damage they do and their sustainability. They can just survive a lot more. So that's what we're going to be holding our gems for. And if we notice, this is another major thing. Our new player tournament has actually started. So this is really big. So we'll click on the new player tournament on the top right at the Bastion. And again, we see that we have an energy refill. We're not going to claim that yet. There's no reason to. It doesn't expire for a while. So, this won't expire until the tournament ends, and even then we have a couple days. So we're going to save this so that way we can maximize our efficiency. The new player tournament, or the novice tournament, it essentially will give you rewards for just about everything, right? So if you're doing arena battles, you're going to get points. If you're raiding dungeons, you're going to get points. If you're doing campaign, you get a lot of points for doing campaign. So progressing in campaign gives you a lot of points, and doing dungeons, new dungeon completed gives you a lot of points. So pretty much everything gives you points. Our goal isn't necessarily to be number 1. Obviously, if we can be number 1 and get this ancient shard, fantastic. If we can get number 2 and get the gems, fantastic. If we can get number 3 and get the book, fantastic, right? It's a win all the way around. If we were to be unlucky and get number 4 because we have a bunch of people really competing for these top 3 spots, no big deal. What we care about is we want to get these rewards on the right. And if we're actively playing for the first couple days, it's very good chances that we'll get these. But getting a chance to get some good speed gear right off the rip is incredible, and we are going to aim to get those 4 pieces. You don't control what stats you get whenever you claim these, so they could be terrible, but we're going to try our best. This is likely going to be a 3-star chicken, and we say chicken as in food for the other champions to kind of upgrade those champions. This is a decent pack, but we are free to play and we are not buying any packs, so that is a hard pass for us. Okay, looks like we've completed some quests. Let's go ahead and claim those. Summon 3 champions. We'll do that in just a minute. The mission will tell us to do that. Okay, equip a champion with 6 artifacts. Now here's where some new players make a mistake. They might come in here and just toss on whatever gear they have on whoever, wherever, and kind of just wing it, right? We know better. So we're going to take a look. Elhain does damage based on attack, so we want her to have attack stats on her, right? Crit rate is incredible for damage dealers. She doesn't do any abilities that require accuracy, right? She doesn't have any debuffs that require us to stack accuracy, so we're not really worried about accuracy for Elhain. We want crit rate, attack percent, crit damage, stats like that. Okay. Let's see. So we've got some crit rate there. We've got some crit damage there. Attack percent gloves. So those are definitely better than defense percent. So we're equipping the attack percent. The chest is attack percent chest. So we're going to go ahead and equip that. We know we've already got the speed boots. So we're totally content with these speed boots. Now we have to just kind of fill out these top 3 pieces. We only have one option for attack here. So we're going to go ahead and equip these. The top 3 stats, or the top 3 pieces of gear, always have the same main stat, right? So your weapons are always going to have attack, your helms are always going to have HP, and your shields are always going to have defense flat stat, right? So we really want to try to get our Elhain as close to the crit rate of 100% or... so yeah, we want 100% crit rate. So we're not really going to be stacking crit damage until we have that crit rate fulfilled. So we see crit rate here, so we're definitely going to be putting crit rate on her. And again, we've got crit rate on our weapon. Yep, we're going to take the crit rate on our weapon. Plus it's 4-star, so even better. Okay, let's go ahead and complete this mission, right? And equip a champion with 4 artifacts of level 4 or higher. Let's do it. Let's knock that out. So we're going to go ahead and go in here and upgrade to level 4. Now, while these are upgrading, it's important to point out rank 4 pieces of gear, their flat stat is just by default going to be higher than rank 3, right? Rank 5 is going to be higher than rank 4. So the main stat is what we consider the top piece here, and these are considered substats. Main stats are always going to by default be higher for a higher star or a higher rank piece of gear. So that's just something to keep in mind. Okay. Now, we're going to take all these pieces to level 4 because that's what the mission tells us. And we are going to be following that. Whenever you're leveling up pieces of gear in increments of 4, so as you can see, level 4 will get a substat bonus here. So it's either going to roll into crit rate or resistance. So we see the roll into resistance. For rare pieces of gear, there's already 2 substats present. So the first 8 levels are going to boost these 2 substats in some capacity, right? Once we hit level 12, we'll unlock a new one, and level 16 will unlock a new one, okay? With epic pieces of gear, we already have 3 substats unlocked, and so the first 12 levels are going to improve these 3 substats in some way, right? You might roll 3 times into attack, you might roll 3 times into defense, or 1 in each. It's totally, whatever the game decides to do with RNG. But early game, we're really focused on our main stats kind of matching. We want main stats to be relevant to a champion that is helping. So got attack percent on our chest. Let's roll that up to 4. Okay, and we've got all 4 pieces of gear, or all 8 at level 4, so we've got that. Clear stage 7 of sewers. Now, we'll go ahead and click through this. Something that I want to make sure everyone is mindful of again is we want to make sure we have our ore lead, so we've got that. And we've got a full team of 4 now, right? A lot of players are unsure of how do I get 3 stars? How do I get these rewards down here? Where you get more rewards based on the stars that you are obtaining. And the simplest thing to do is to put in, your main starter champion that does the damage, and then 1 support champion or something, right? Now, we're not really focused on getting 3 stars until we've beat the whole campaign, and then we can go back and kind of fill in those stars. What we are worried about, and something that we want to be really mindful of, is trying to get food for our champions, right? We need to feed champions into Elhain eventually in order to get her ranked up. So for right now, we're going to go ahead and put our full team of 4 champions in here, and we are going to click start, and make sure we're already set on auto. This makes the game go much faster for us, and we want to make sure we have 2 times speed because that's going to be important. Now, a lot of people are like, "Oh, why are you going to put it on auto? You know, that's just going to play the game for you." For these early stages of content, right? Like if you've ever played a new game where it's just like it's teaching you how to play. You don't necessarily need to be going in here and being like, "Oh, I need to A2 and checking your abilities or anything like that." The game is going to kind of just function on its own. If you were to lose a stage, then yeah, take it off auto, right? So for right now, we're going to rock auto and 2 times speed, and I'll be back in 7 stages of the sewers, and we'll continue. Okay, real quick, so while doing the sewers, we unlocked the tavern at level 8, right? So you can go ahead and go to the tavern and follow the directions. It'll kind of explain. Again, it's beneficial to read what Arbiter is telling you because she's trying to make sure you're informed on how to play. But it'll teach you how to level up your champions, how to upgrade your rank, upgrade skills, ascend champions. All of these things are really, really important for unlocking all the potential of your champion. We're going to skip that for right now, and we'll address that once we get a little bit further. One of the missions will tell us to go use XP brews, and we'll address it at that point. So we'll pause it again. Okay, we are back. Forgive me if the kids make some noise in the background. We're about to clear stage 7 of the sewers, and once we are done with that, we will get a full set of life gear. So we'll go ahead and pass through this excellent voice acting. So we've got a full set of life gear, which gives us that HP % bonus. And we can see that we're starting to get some more points for the actual tournament, for the novice tournament. So we know that we completed our mission, so we're going to go ahead and click on the Bastion down here on the bottom left. And let's see, we are going to just... One thing, if you're using your keyboard, you can just press escape to exit out of those ads really, really quickly. That's something that I like to do. So we're going to go to our mission. We have cleared the sewers of Arnok. And now we are going to equip a support type champion with 4 life artifacts. Now it's saying support type, right? So we want to make sure that we're not equipping these on an attack-based champion, right? Elhain is an attack-based champion. Sniper is an attack-based champion. Crusader, attack-based champion. So when we click on Warpriest, oh, there we go. She is a support-based champion, so we're going to be tossing all of that life gear on her. Okay. And we know that we're going to be putting a full set of the 3-star epic life gear. You can see that we completed a challenge in the process, so that's awesome. And okay, so we've got a full set of life gear on our Warpriest. Now this means she's going to be a little bit tankier, and this means that it's going to be a little bit more challenging to kill her. We could go ahead and upgrade all this to level 4, because we know that the mission's going to ask us to do that, but we're going to go ahead and just continue to do one mission at a time, try to be mindful of that. You can do it however you like. I typically like to, at least in a tutorial, show you step by step. So see, if we would have went ahead and upgraded those artifacts on Warpriest to level 4, this would have already been complete. So feel free to go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade Warpriests to level 4. Let's do that. And I'll be right back after it's done. Okay, so we are back. We've got Warpriest with 4 level 4 gear. So we are going to go ahead and go back to our Bastion and our mission screen. And we have successfully done that. Okay, perfect. So now it's telling us to go ahead and use 4 XP brews at the tavern. So again, we can click on this mission and then go to go. That'll save us from having to go out and this is the tavern, the main place you'll upgrade and improve your champions, which is fantastic. You can sacrifice weaker champions to gain XP and level up quickly. So as we can see here in this little image, it shows leveling up a rare with other... That's not even that. Okay, yeah, this is really, really bad. This is not accurate at all. These are actually level 3, rank 3 rares, so kind of an interesting thing to do there. But so we can just know that this is how we upgrade our champions. So we'll ignore the little graphic up there. Leveling up increases a champion's stats, which is true. So we can see that the stats do go up, making their skills even stronger. So We're going to go ahead and click on Elhain because she is our main damage dealer. And we have our options over here on the right. So we've got upgrade level, upgrade rank, upgrade skills, and ascend. Now, we need to use XP brews for this champion. Looking for anything? Oh, gotcha. So we're going to be using these XP brews here, right? And we are going to use 4 of them, just like the mission tells us to, right? And upgrade. Perfect. So our mission's complete here. Now, we also have some skills to use. So upgrading skills is the key to maximizing their effectiveness. It can improve strength, right? So we know that. You can upgrade a skills in 2 ways, sacrificing duplicate champions. Typically, we don't recommend sacrificing duplicate champions because you want to build up your faction guardians, and I'll explain that a little bit later. But using skill tomes is how you're going to pretty much do that the most often. Skill tomes come in 3 different rarities: rare, epic, and legendary. Now this is super crucial. You need to make sure that you're listening for this. As a new player, this is a really common mistake, and it kind of just bites you in the butt, and you'll feel bad about yourself for a long time. So for rare champions, right, we have a blue border on Elhain. She is a rare champion. We want to only use rare books, so blue with blue. If we had in our inventory an epic book, the game would allow us to use a purple epic book on Elhain. That is a terrible plan. Even worse than that, the game will allow you to use these legendary books on a rare champion or on an epic champion, and these books are incredibly valuable. You do not want to use these books on anything other than their specific rarity, right? So we're only going to be using rare books on Elhain. So we'll go ahead and do this. And you can see it's random. You don't get to assign where the book goes, but we did get an increase in damage. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and go back to our mission and complete that. Okay, use 4 XP brews completed. Summon 5 champions. Let's do it. So typically a lot of new players aren't probably going to already have 10 by this stage, but I knew that they were going to ask me to summon, so I didn't summon any until I had gotten to that mission. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 10 pop and see what we get. You know, you can get rares from these, but there are some decent uncommons as well. We got all 10 common. That's pretty rare actually. Most of the time you're going to at least grab 1 uncommon from a 10 pool, but okay. Now we'll go back to our missions and complete that. Clear stage 1 or higher of the Arcane Keep. So now it's going to have us starting to go through the dungeons, right? Before we do that, we're going to go ahead and go back to our Bastion and go to quests and complete our quests because we are done with those and we don't want to forget to claim them because we have 5 hours left. And we're also going to take a look at our challenges. So this is the first time we've talked about challenges in this video. There are multiple parts for each of these challenges, right? So summoning different champions, upgrading artifacts, equipping artifacts, completing stages of the dungeons, doing different things in the arena, right? So these are kind of similar to the quests. I like to think of the missions as the primary kind of guiding compass, and challenges are kind of like side quests. They can spend a lot of your energy and not give you terribly great rewards in return. So this doesn't necessarily have to be your primary focus, but you know, it's kind of one of those things, if you can complete them as you're going about your gameplay, might as well, right? So we'll go ahead and claim all these free rewards. Okay, because you can see winning 3 weapons from clearing stage 1, Kirok Castle, stage 2, Kirok, right? So this would require us to go back to Kirok Castle, and we'll actually have a mission soon that will return us to these anyways. So we'll complete these along that mission, and that way we get us another book for Elhain, right? So that's going to be a good thing for us. We can go back to our progression rewards. So every so often you'll get progression rewards for hitting certain levels. So we'll go ahead and claim these. We got us another book for Elhain, so let's go use that. See where it lands. Elhain definitely gets the books over Warpriest. We want our starter champion to be booked out as fast as humanly possible, right? So we want that to be #1 priority. All of our rare books are going to go into our rare starter champion. Okay. And forgot we also can go ahead and claim our Talia, because she could be in our party as well now. Okay, so now we have a Talia. Talia is a decent champion. A lot of new players can get her just from using that Power Starter promo code. She has a good A1. This is going to attack 3 times, which is good for a Fire Knight dungeon. Increase attack, increase crit rate, and let's see. I think she also places that 3 terms. Okay, so this is only when Finnax is on the same team. So does the attacks all enemies just as a baseline, but when Finnax is on the team, we'll also place a bomb. And then counterattack on herself and a weaken on an attack all enemies. So not too bad, right? Not too bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and look. She again is an attack-based champion, so it's always important to make sure whenever we look at those skills, what is the damage coming from? Damage based on attack, damage based on attack, right? Okay, so it's trying to sell us some more stuff. And, you know, we're okay with it trying to sell stuff because as free-to-play players, we realize the game has to be monetized in some way, and the people who do spend the money will allow us to play for free. So clear stage 1 on Arcane Keep. So we're going to go ahead and go to that, and we're going to put in our main team. Now, at this point, we can go ahead, with dungeons, you have a 5-man team, so we're going to go ahead and put in Talia. If we notice, Talia has that aura, and we're going to go ahead and check what her aura is. Increases crit rate in dungeons by 15%. So dungeons are here, right? We've got all these different dungeons, and for right now we're doing Arcane Key. So we're going to go ahead and put her in, and we'll benefit from that crit rate for Elhain. We want her to have as close to 100% crit rate as possible, and we will start. And I will see you guys in just a second when it's done. Okay, so we are coming back. It looks like the boss is about to die. And you can actually see here, just because they've revamped this several times, so we're going to get some random like overlap of we're already doing a dungeon, but then it's telling us that dungeons are unlocked, so we're totally fine with that. We're going to go ahead and skip. And we can see that we're getting tournament points for that novice tournament again, so that's great. Now, this video is right at about 30 minutes, 31 minutes, and I'm going to try to break this up into multiple parts. I'm not going to have just, an hour-long video, or and I want to try to document as much of this as possible for players, so that way whenever they kind of come across something that's particularly challenging, they can just kind of reference the video. So we're going to go ahead and complete this mission, and then we are going to end this video. If you find this helpful, or if you think it's a neat way for new players to be able to kind of get insights in how to play this game, and you want to see the community of Raid grow, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I release Raid content every single day, at least 1 video. Sometimes there's 2, 3 videos. Just depends on the news of the day. And we have an awesome Discord channel that has a lot of fun people in there just kind of BSing with each other and helping each other out, posting achievements whenever they beat a new Doom Tower boss, or they they reach a new stage of the arena, whatever. And we are always we're always happy to help other folks, so feel free to join us there. That'll be in the description. I also stream occasionally after work, usually around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll do account takeovers, things like that. Like I said, this account or a different account that's even more stacked than this one's going to be given away once I hit a milestone of subscribers on YouTube, and I would really appreciate it if you guys help me make that a reality. So I will catch you guys in the next video, and take care until then.